I knew I wanted to do an Ashtanga Vinyasa training, and the idea of an intensive appealed to me. And I found yours pretty early on. I bookmarked you. I kept looking. I kept coming back to you guys.
Yeah.
So there was a mixture of just intuition and it feeling right, and also it looked very organised, professional, and it ticked all the boxes for me. A nice location, a block of time that suited me, and what I was looking forward to training.
Great. So basically, you found it because you had a list of things that you wanted to satisfy, and it ticked all the boxes.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Also, let's talk a little bit about the yoga people themselves. What was it? What do you think that yoga people really stand for? As a company and as teachers?
Sure. Well, I was aware of Larry Schultz and It's Yoga, and their reputation and their global network, and I realised you guys had an affiliation with them, and so that instantly meant that okay, these guys are wired into the community. This is going to be a good thing. There's obviously going to be a future relationship if you do the training. There's somewhere to go with these guys.
Yeah.
And so that would have been the main kind of draw card.
Right.
Yeah.
So as obviously we're part of a bigger network, and also as I say, you came ahead a class or two as well, didn't you, before you actually signed up? How was that?
Yeah, well, that was very important to do that. Even though at the time I had only done a handful of Ashtanga classes. It was an important thing to come up to London when I could and come to your space and see what I was in for before committing, for sure. And I was it was quite full on, but it's a challenge I was looking for. I was looking for a practice that I can grow into, and that it's not something that's easily conquered. And I think I found that. I think there's plenty of room for that challenge to continue. And
well, it's a challenging practice. It's definitely we teach from a very traditional place, with a strong foundation for you to create later on. So let's talk a little bit about the course itself. How did you find the course? Did you find it well organized and structured? And could you tell us a few words about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Beautifully organized. Loved the materials that we were given, the reading list. It started off, kind of great with the kind of traditional history and origins of yoga, and then there was an unexpected great element which came about, which was the whole kind of energetic and chakra knowledge, which builds that whole holistic, completes the holistic kind of picture of yoga, really. So it meant that I didn't anticipate that in the training. I knew there was going to be theory. I didn't know how dry it was going to be. But this, for me, was a real reconnection to a side of me that I had already explored, but was really kind of bringing that back for me. And so, a great bonus.
Great. And actually, as teachers, did you find that they were, they had a, charismatic style, perhaps, and their technical knowledge? Really, how about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think from the outset it was clear that you guys are role models in the field to look up to, and from the epitome of kind of technical knowledge to professionalism, to being personable, available, to us as students, and really, I think you guys really are good judges of energy and where people are at and what their needs are, and also the whole discipline side of the training was important and made sense.
Okay.
It's about, we're here to do this training and we need to crack on and do it, and
Yeah.
you were right to crack the whip when you needed to.
Yeah.
And we respected that, and we respected you guys, because you're very open, and yeah, it's great.
Good. And how do you think that they've prepared you to teach coming up? I mean, I know you've already started teaching. We've organised a class for you to teach straight after your training, and part of the system that the training offers is that we get you to teach our classes as soon as possible. How do you feel that they've prepared you to teach?
Well, great, because the way that the training is organised, with really from the foundations upwards, so you're building an understanding first of the traditional layers and format of Ashtanga Vinyasa, and really hammering that home. So that is, the foundation that you understand, that you respect, and you don't mess with those layers. And then towards the end, when we got into things like Rocket, which is more modified and dynamic, more bringing kind of yoga into modern day, it was clear how that all fitted together because of the foundations you laid. And relating that to my teaching, I can see, I've got this very firm, strong base knowledge that I can formulate my classes from. And also, just as importantly, it's my own practice, because I didn't just do the training just for it to be a job. It's equally, if not more so, just for my own future personal development and practice. Yeah.
Cool. That's very much how we work. So I guess just a few words about what they stand for, really. I think that maybe just a couple of words that come to mind as teachers, as spiritual teachers. Could you give just a couple of words about what sort of comes up for that?
The Yoga People stands for, it is in the name, it's Yoga People. It's not a remote dogmatic discipline. It's something that's tangible and available, and it's about community.
To everybody, yeah.
It's available to everybody, no matter what the level and of entry to it. And it's very holistic. The Yoga People are very holistic teachers. They know all the stuff that you need to know, the bones of it, and then it's fleshed out with so much great esoteric information as well. So just a very well-rounded, brilliant training.
Great. I've got just something else that's come up for me, is that the training had many levels of practitioners, and that's often challenging to bring everybody up to sort of a pinnacle level at the end. How do you think that they picked up the people who were less experienced and groomed the people who had more experience?
That's a really good point. Myself, on and off, I've done yoga for a long time, but I knew this was stepping into a kind of more rigorous discipline of Ashtanga, and I was nervous that it was going to be too much of a challenge for me. Then when I arrived, it was clear that there were people at different kind of stages, and at no point was anyone left behind. It was a real case of everybody pulling together as a group and helping everyone through the training. So, Yeah, I mean, the whole group aspect of it was fantastic. I think we were really lucky to have a great group, but yeah.
Yeah, you had a magical group for this
We
training,
did, yeah.
and you guys all pulled together. Alex, thanks so much for your time, for your kind words. We've certainly enjoyed having you with us, and you know, we wish you the best of luck for your teaching in the future.
Thank you, Jamie and Dulcie. This is a stepping off point for me. It's been a great transformation and reconnection for me, and I'm really looking forward to the future. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks.